Tonight on News 5 Live, a pair of suspected narco pilots perished in a fire following a crash landing in Placencia. It is believed that the men has just stolen a Maya Island airplane. Another assault rifle is missing from Camp Belisario. The BDF commences an investigation. And the junior Minister of Finance explains GOB's proposal to invest in a public administration campus. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
LG dual inverter compressor cools air faster by operating at speeds as high as 120 Hz with more stability compared to conventional models. It also saves up to 70% more energy by operating at speeds as low as 10 Hz with more stability. It reduces torque vibration down to 40% for quiet outdoor unit operation. Stable operation with low vibrations also results in increased durability.
The children were singing in Garifuna, and you know what hit me is that here we have Garifuna kids and Maya children side by side singing in Garifuna. And you know what comes to mind, what Mr. Price used to always say, Belize is a country of so many cultures, but we are one people. We had a meeting with the village council and the citizens and expressing their concerns, the issue with the Maya, with the MLA and land rights, and say, making the point that Barranco is a village that is over 200 years old and they already have out their land, and they're concerned now that the MLA presented a map that included some of their ancestral land. So these are all things that we'll have to be able to work out, and I believe that we can work on it over time. As I always made the point that you can get so carried away by your work as Prime Minister, and you get stuck in an office every single day and just meeting people, every people and officials, and but that you don't meet the people on the street. And I believe that by getting out and going out there and talking to people and listening to them, in many instances, they might not be happy, but I was so pleased that generally people, they're very supportive, they're very happy to see you, they're happy to be able to on the work that we're doing. It has been a wonderful experience. It's been a great 2 days visit, and I look forward to continue to visit the rest of the country.
Kaba funasa aruma hanuma o amunyeke. Kaba funasa adegraha wa o amunyeke.
35% of Belizeans suffer from overweight, and 25% have hypertension. 15% suffer from diabetes. All these are diseases linked to bad nutrition habits.
The WHO recognizes malnutrition as being of significant threat to human and public health.
We are seeing disabilities due to stroke at an earlier age. Young men in the productive age are being classified with some degree of disability consequent to chronic diseases.
It is vital that this policy help to create a cultural shift in Belize, a society where nutritious choices are the norm and where the well-being of our people is at the forefront of our national agenda.
We have the expectation that this national policy will guide not only the Ministry of Health, but will serve as an umbrella for all stakeholders who have a role in promoting good nutrition and in working to reduce the exposure of unhealthy foods.
This newscast is brought to you by the Belize Bank Limited. Our country, your bank.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Monday, October 16th. I am Sabrina Daly. Did an attempt to steal an aircraft for the purpose of narco-trafficking go horribly wrong this morning? Oftentimes, reports of crash landings involve cargo being offloaded and removed from the area before the plane is either torched or refueled and leaves Belizean airspace. But earlier today, in the cover of dark, an aircraft used by a domestic airline was reportedly stolen by armed thieves in Placencia. A security guard at the airport was accosted and tied up before two men took command of a single-engine plane. There was liftoff, but the pilots did not get too far because the aircraft crash-landed nearby and burst into flames. Both men perished in the fire. Police are investigating the incident, which has signs of foiled narco-trafficking. News 5's Dwayne Moody reports.
Sure. Those were the cries for help by two persons believed to be the pilot and co-pilot who were trapped inside a burning airplane in Placencia around 4 a.m. today. The intense heat emanating from the landing site prevented first responders from getting to the men, who later perished in the blaze. I'm standing here at mile 21 on the Placencia Road. Behind me, a plane crash land. The pilot and co-pilot apparently clipped a lamppost and the plane crashed to the ground. The bodies have been removed, and at this time what is happening is that law enforcement officers are removing the charred remains of that aircraft from the scene.
This morning we were advised that there was an aircraft involved in an accident. The aircraft was on fire, and so we communicated with the police and are here to support them basically.
At what time did this call come through, sir?
Call came through at about 5:30 this morning. Preliminarily, we understand that the aircraft is that belongs to one of the local operators. We haven't checked that to guarantee that is the case, because we would have to look at the plates on the aircraft, the identification plates on the aircraft. So that hasn't happened as yet, and as such, we can't give you a definitive answer as to the registration of the aircraft.
News 5 understands that the Cessna Caravan turboprop aircraft was valued at approximately $3 million and was reportedly being leased at $20,000 monthly. Director of Civil Aviation Nigel Carter explains why the plane appeared suspicious.
So during operational hours, it wasn't an actual civil aviation flight or a commercial flight, and as such, we yield to the police. We have certain agreements with the police, so that in the instance of situations where it falls outside of normal operations, we support the police in the investigation activities. We know that we are working with My Island Air for now, Again, like I mentioned just now, we don't have any surety that the aircraft did belong to them. We suppose that it is one of their aircraft. We know that the aircraft is not with the company right now, and so there's a fair supposition that it's one of their aircraft. But again, until you see the nameplates on the aircraft, then you'll be able to, the identification plates on the aircraft, then you'll be able to see with surety that that was their aircraft.
Reports are that in the dead of night, 2 boats transporting over a dozen persons approached the airstrip in Placencia. The security guard was tied up and the aircraft stolen. Shortly after liftoff, the plane clipped the lamppost and crash-landed in bushes near mile 21 on the Placencia Road. News 5 has been reliably informed that an Argentinian passport was recovered from one of the deceased men, believed to be narco-traffickers.
Investigation revealed that a security guard who was working at the airstrip was approached by 4 male persons armed with firearms who tied him up. And thereafter, he heard the songs of an aircraft started, and thereafter he heard a loud bang and an explosion. Police are currently conducting an investigation. The area has been, or is being searched at this time for evidence. So far recovered are 2 human remains. Those have been extracted and have been taken to the morgue for a post-mortem examination.
Is the security guard being questioned?
Yes, he is a part of the investigation. He is making a report that he was held up at gunpoint and tied up, so we are looking at that.
No, is there an indication how they reached there? We have heard anecdotal reports that they arrived at the airstrip by boat.
We cannot confirm how they arrived. That is a part of the investigation. All we have right now is that they approached a security guard and tied him up.
While ACP Gilberto Romero could not confirm how the men accessed the airport and subsequently the aircraft, we are told that surveillance footage captured them approaching by sea and that the suspected narco-traffickers were staying at a hotel not too far from the police station in Placencia Village. We say suspected narcos because evidence has been recovered that points to illegal activity.
We are looking at it from all angles. Several items were recovered from the remains of the aircraft, and those are being analyzed. We will have a further report as to what all was found on the aircraft.
From what you all know so far, are the pilots Belizeans?
We do not know at this time. We do not know their identities as yet.
Dwayne Moody for News 5.
The damage to the nearby lamppost caused power outages along the peninsula, but Belize Electricity Limited is reporting that as of 3:45 p.m., its technicians were able to replace the damaged infrastructure and power was restored. On Friday evening in Belize City, a well-known underworld figure was targeted by a lone gunman in the Lake Independence area. 47-year-old Jose Matos was driving a vehicle in the vicinity of Morning Glory Street when a shooter emerged on the scene and opened fire at him. Matos was lucky to have escaped unscathed from the neighborhood before coming to a stop in Mahogany Street. Matos, who is believed to be affiliated with a known gang in the area, has reported on previous occasions that he has been threatened. According to Assistant Commissioner of Police Alberto Romero, patrols have been ramped up in Lakei to prevent a reprisal.
On Friday, the 13th of October 2023, around 5:50 p.m., Jose Matos reported that he was in the area of Morning Glory Street, dropping off a female when he was approached by a male person who fired several shots towards his vehicle. He fled from the scene and stopped down Mahogany Street. He checked his vehicle and saw several bullet holes on the vehicle. No one was injured, and we have no suspect at this time.
Sir, is it a fact that his vehicle was found, or he was found with his vehicle at the home of one of the principal people in the BLC gang, Mr. Brandon Baptist?
He was found on the street in that area of Mahogany Street. That is all I would say.
Okay, now there are reports that this is gang-related. We know Mr. Matos is a very well-known figure. We know that he's associated with certain illicit movements in the north of the country. From what you all know so far, was it gang-related?
I cannot confirm whether it is gang-related. I know he has several incidents that he reported in the past where he has been threatened, and that is all we have at this time.
Were the police surprised to hear Mr. Matos, who operates out of the Corozal area, to hear him operating in this area?
He reported that he came to the area to do some transaction. That is all we have. Yes, we have our patrols who are in the area, and they responded.
Are the police expecting any retaliation between PIV and BLC since Mr. Matos is seen to be an ally of BLC?
Yes, we are in the area trying to prevent any sort of retaliation. And again, we continue to conduct our searches or operations to prevent any escalation of any retaliation.
In Corozal yesterday, a store owner also escaped injury when he sensed that someone approaching him inside his place of business was there to harm him. Kumar Vian made a run for it when an individual whose face was concealed entered the premises. As quickly as he dashed to safety, a single shot was fired in his direction. Here's more from the Belize Police Department.
On Sunday, the 15th of October, Kumar Vian reported that he was at his store, Reyes store in Corozal, when he saw a suspicious male person approaching. He got frightened and he ran off, after which he heard a single bang that sounded like a gunshot. And he ran towards the police station where he made a report. Police responded, and one expended shell was found in the area. He was not injured. We do not have any suspect at this time.
Anything missing from the store after the fact?
Nothing is missing.
Is he known to police, or has he been threatened before?
Not that we know of. No, he's a store owner.
Okay. So was it, I couldn't understand the report, was it like a foiled?
Yeah, he reported that he saw the male person approaching and the person had his face tied with a rug, and so he got suspicious, so he ran off.
Twice in as many months, a high-powered weapon assigned to the Belize Defense Force has gone missing. The latest weapon, another M4 commando rifle, was reported missing on Sunday morning when the battalion commander at Camp Belisario reported that it was lost along the outer edges of the Shenantonich observation post. The BDF spoke with the media and also issued a press release today, in which it stated that, preliminary, it had found out that a non-commissioned officer left his place of duty around dawn on Saturday to visit a friend's house in the vicinity and was, quote, unable to determine where he left his weapon, unquote. Now, the BDF says while it is asking the public to inform them if anyone knows its whereabouts, it has also begun an investigation. This afternoon, BDF Chief of Staff Lieutenant Colonel Ricardo Leal explained that the officer should have asked for relief before abandoning his post.
Preliminary reports indicates that a non-commissioned officer, which is we call a lance corporal, left his place of duty in the wee hours of the morning, went to a supposedly friend. Probably what he went to do there, we are not sure, but that is where he said that he was unable to recall where he left his weapon. But bear in mind is that that area is a confined area, so therefore you should have asked permission before leaving. It is noted that these guys are confined, and I said that they are supposed to ask, for a proper relief in the event that they want to go somewhere else. Based on what was brought out in the last investigation, there are additional security measures that have been taken, and it's just a matter now to enforce. But we must understand that at all levels, we must supervise, our men that are in the field or the camp.
As we reported, this is the second BDF weapon to go missing in only 2 months. In August, an M4 rifle was also reported missing from Camp Belisario and was discovered the following week in an abandoned lot in the Jane Ussher Boulevard area of Belize City. Leal said that in that case, the matter is still being dealt with, and he commended the officers who were able to recover the weapon.
I applaud the team that conducted the investigation, and it led to a confession, and we were also able to find this weapon. But this is in collaboration with the police department and the BDF. The duty of the Court of Inquiry on Investigation is to find out what happened, and then thereafter they make recommendations to Commander BDF. Commander BDF now has the onus to see what level of disciplinary measures will be taken.
With regard to this latest missing weapon, Leal said he couldn't say whether the gun is still in Belize or has been smuggled outside of Belize. A search in the vicinity of the northern border on Sunday, after they had gotten tips of it being there, yielded nothing. Coming up, Junior Minister of Finance explains GOB-SSP partnership. We'll have more details when we come back.
My last little bit of paint.
Paint? How can that be a problem? We got you.
You have the exact color?
Definitely.
Attention DIY enthusiasts and professional builders. It's Builders Hardware's Mega Sale, starting October 16th and running through to December 30th. During our Mega Sale, you can enjoy up to 30% off items in our store. Looking to freshen up your home? Then enjoy 20% off on all paints, wood stains, and accessories. But that's not all. You get a whopping 25% discount on all other items in our store and a massive 30% off selected items. At Builders Hardware, we believe our customers are awesome, and that's why we're committed to providing top-notch service and the highest quality products. So whether you're a seasoned pro or a DIY beginner, we are waiting for you. Builders Hardware Mega Sale from October 16th until the end of the year.
Save time and money with DigiWallet. Enjoy the power of low fees and rock-solid security. With our newest feature, you can now transfer money from your DigiWallet to any bank or credit union account. No more long nights reconciling. With DigiWallet, you can focus on what truly matters. Contact us today to sign up your business. DigiWallet, the safe, secure, and reliable mobile wallet solution.
Everything is better electric. Be more efficient with electric vehicles and transforming your home with Energy Star electric appliances and power tools. This helps to create a greener and cleaner world for the next generation. Energize your world with BL.
Homeowners, immerse yourselves in elegance. Surround yourself with the beauty of one-of-a-kind, quality wood furniture. This is what America's elegant furniture and appliances has to offer. Trendy, affordable, and exceptional centerpieces, large mirrors, vanities, plush sofa sets, coffee tables, office furniture, exquisite mahogany bedroom sets, home decor, mattresses, and so much more. Shop our new reduced prices store-wide and get huge discounts daily. Our layaway and payment plans offer the lowest interest rates guaranteed. Our extensive catalog meets everyone's furniture needs, and if you can't find what you're looking for, then we'll custom make it for you. Shop at Mirka's and save. Mirka's, making your household dreams affordable.
Do you know how to choose the best engine oil for your car?
We believe the best engine oil should provide optimal performance and ultimate protection for longer. For Quartz engine oil, our engineers have formulated age resistance technology, also known as ART. It's a breakthrough innovation. The interaction between oil molecules is increased, creating a super-resistant molecular structure. So whatever the conditions, it helps to prevent the lubricant protective film from breaking. Any engine is exposed to harsh conditions: extreme temperature and pressure, friction, sludge accumulation. The molecular structure of quartz with ART stays strong to perfectly lubricate and protect engine parts in all conditions. And the results are outstanding. Protection against sludge buildup improved by 18%. Protection against mechanical wear improved by 74%. Thanks to Quartz with ART, save on maintenance and preserve your engine's power. So next time you wonder which engine oil to use, choose performance and protection that lasts longer. Quartz with age resistance technology. Keep your engine younger for longer.
My name is Denise Mala. I had an aunt, one of my mom's sister, that we believe died from cancer. She was relatively young. And my sister passed from cervical cancer. I have been doing annual checkups. Recently, after one of the annual checkups, I noticed, a change in one of my breasts. I went for the next checkup earlier and I brought it to the attention of my treating doctor. He looked at it and he said he didn't like what he was seeing. A biopsy was requested and then the biopsy came back positive. When you first find out these things, you think about a lot of things and then eventually it comes around to the finance. I recalled this insurance, critical illness insurance that I had that I was paying. And that was probably the first time I read that contract. I read it in its entirety. And then I recognized that, this is going to assist me. I called the office, spoke with my agent. He was very helpful, guided me through what I needed to do. So I went through the process and I communicated with him a couple times and he just informed me what was happening. In a pretty short period of time, I was paid my insurance. This plan that I had been paying for many years, in my time of need, that came through for me. Having that insurance helped me significantly. It is absolutely something that everyone should consider, because you never know when you're going to need it.
On Friday, the United Democratic Party demonstrated at the foot of the Assembly building while a sitting of the House of Representatives took place inside. The protest was the result of several concerns, including the proposed use of Social Security funds to invest in the construction of a public administration campus next door to the Eleanor Hall building. According to Minister of State Christopher Koyi, the public-private partnership between the Government of Belize and the Social Security Board is a sound investment, notwithstanding the concerns being raised by the opposition.
You do realize that the government is a shareholder. So part of the 42% of that, of all the profits, will come back right to the government. So as if you have a 5.5% interest rate, but you're making 10% on the equity, then obviously the cost of that comes down. So that's a good investment for government without even putting cash into it. So we're solving several objectives at the same time. We're improving the administration, the provision of government services, modernizing the government services, physically, not just about digitization. Physically coming in, you have better services. You can see what the facilities here look like, and the intention is that is somewhat mirrored, customized for the judicial complex, yes, but on the other building it would be similar to this. I think the public deserves a better service from the government. But that's one. But second, look at the financial sector. The financial sector, what's the cost of borrowing from the financial sector? For the public at large, you're looking at 8–10+% borrowing costs.
Belize Infrastructure Limited, a special purpose vehicle established under the Barra administration to manage the construction of the Eleanor Hall building and the Belize City Center, was drawn to a gradual close when the People's United Party took office in late 2020. For the purpose of the proposed public administration campus, a new SPV is being formed to oversee the building project. But the opposition has also raised concerns about the government's decision not to revive BIL. Earlier today, Senator Koyi explained the reason behind starting a new company to manage the project.
In finance, you don't go and use legacy entities to raise capital. Legacy entities could have all kinds of latent liabilities that could pop up at any point in time. If somebody is going to invest in a company or lend to that company, they want it clean. So we also have an idea of Bill. We don't know what all Bill was involved with. In the case of setting up a new company, you know from day one, it's clean, it doesn't have anything. Step one, we do the equity. Step two, we reach an arrangement for the build, operate, lease, transfer agreement. Step three, you introduce the debt capital into the company, and then you undertake the project. Very clean, very simple. So I don't see that bill makes any sense, to be frank. When you talk about institutional investors, you only talk, that's simply people who will lend. They only have a fixed rate of return on that. That's 5.5%. That's what the bonds will be issued at, 5.5%. How then they laugh all the way to the bank? That's a loan that they're making. It's, you know, who's going to laugh all the way to the bank? Social Security Board and the government of Belize.
So
they're the shareholders.
At the end of the 30-year period, how much will the SSB be getting back? Do you have
multiples of that 30 million. I don't know if you have the exact figure, but multiples of that 30 million.
Leader of the opposition Moses Shine Barrow and Prime Minister John Bersenio got into a heated debate at the adjournment of Friday's sitting of the House of Representatives. Opposition leader Barrow rose to voice his objection to a $20 million loan from Social Security Board to Public Administration One Limited. The loan agreement is for the construction of Public Administration Campus on Lake Independence Boulevard, next to Eleanor Hall Building. Members of the opposition party demonstrated outside of the National Assembly building to protest this and other loan agreements by the Social Security Board. In the House, Barrow argued that no information has been made public about the borrower, Public Administration Campus One Limited. PM Bersenio contended that the $20 million loan is an investment to solve a long-standing public administration issue.
This project that I'm talking about, Madam Speaker, raises several alarms. Under the United Democratic Party, we had the Belize Infrastructure Limited that built many great projects that we all appreciate now, as we have these international athletic competitions that we couldn't have before. When the previous PUP administration was there, we did not have such world-class facilities. Madam Speaker, we did this through the special purpose vehicle of bill, which the member from Cairo South, as Minister of Infrastructure, dismantled and did away with. So we have this $20 million that is being invested in a dead raise entity that could belong to a crony, that could belong to who we don't know, Madam Speaker, and it is being done under a PPP. But Madam Speaker, when you do PPPs, it is the private entity that usually takes 100% of the risk. In this instance, we were told that there's a building, there's supposed to be 2 buildings. They will cost 40 million, 60 million. We don't know because the public does not get any information.
Your government spent $1,000 a square feet for Eleanor Hall building. 1,000. We the bill right now between $250 and $300 a square feet. The poor people in house, you know how much we pay for the poor people house? $1 and $150 per square feet. Look at the difference, man. And you come here and pontificate and embarrass yourself. My brother, this Social Security is an investment. It is an investment of $7.9 million in equity and a $20 million loan. And then you talk that nobody wants to invest. Both Atlantic Bank and Belize Bank, they're waiting because they want to invest in this. The government, as it is right now, Madam Speaker, is spending about $2.5 million a year in rentals in Belize City alone. It is a sure investment because as it is, almost all of that area is going to be rented by the government of Belize. And instead of we go and pay other people, we are going to pay Social Security and the government of Belize the rental. Yes, because the government is also going to own a portion of it, of the investment.
On Friday, we told you about the 20 retired Belize Defense Force soldiers who claim that they have been attempting to receive their gratuity and pension for several months to no avail. Doroteo Ikal, one of those retired soldiers who served for 22 years, told reporters that he has been receiving the turnaround treatment from various government departments. He demanded an explanation. In the House, Prime Minister John Bersenio empathized with those soldiers and every public officer facing the same issue. He also voiced his frustration with the lack of due diligence in the system.
I think that it is wrong that government workers retire and takes a very long time for them to collect their benefits. And the reason why is because of the bureaucracy the file, they're not properly prepared, it's incomplete, and then they have them up and down with the file and they can't get it properly done. We set up a subcommittee in cabinet to be able to look at those issues so we could address it. And we said that we need to hold those people responsible, not that keep back them, that don't prepare them files properly. Many times, government employees move from ministry to ministry, and sometimes they don't pass over the file. The Ministry of Public Service, under the gentleman, the honorable member from Fort George, I know I mentioned it, I know you get up right now, said they sent a notice 1 year in advance for the AOs to start to prepare the file of the people that are going to be retired. And even with a whole year, they don't have it ready. And it pisses me off. It really get me upset when people send me a message and say, Prime Minister, I don't retire, I know the work, I need this money for pay the bank. And when we find out, I ask Treasury and say, the paper, it was incomplete. Then I have to go through from ministry to ministry to try finish the people and papers they file.
After the break, new trade license legislation coming to a village near you. We'll tell you about that, but first, here's the weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
The Sembrando Vida project is a project sponsored by the government of Mexico in collaboration with the government of Belize and a specific agriculture department. The project has three components. Component number one is about education. For example, we are promoting a lot of how to make our own products, organic pesticide, organic fertilizer from local materials. This situation in a global level is sometimes economic crisis killing our small farmers.
These bio-organic chemicals that we have made, we have it right at our doormats. All the leaves, all the ashes, the pepper, we have everything here to make our bio-organic chemicals. A group of us came and we made it. It was hard work, but we enjoyed doing it.
I started doing more organic type stuff, you know, which helps me financially, because most of the stuff that I get to use is stuff that's right around the farm, like for instance, cow manure, habanero pepper, ashes, leaves. Everything is just natural, so it's a help to me and to the people that I sell my stuff to.
Component number two is the project provide trees, fruit trees and timber trees and some seed to the farmers. And then component number three is the economic support. So the project will provide $2,000 to every farmer, and it's 2,000 farmers in the national level from Corozal to Toledo. And then our idea is if the farmers want to expand whatever they have in the small farm.
It really helped me a lot because right now, I could do some of us are going through a little coconut project, no? And this is the way I do with the money. I already start my coconut farm already.
The help that you get is to make your farm much bigger and to give you courage.
And this shows that Mexico and Belize have a good relationship.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited postpaid plans, providing customers with unlimited talk,
unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
The Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, proudly celebrates its 120th anniversary of service and achievement in the Americas. PAHO began operating in Belize in the early 1950s. PAHO committed to providing technical cooperation to strengthen the capacity of Belize's health sector and improve the health of the people of Belize. The Malaria Eradication Program, which began in 1974, is one of the great success stories of PAHO's collaboration with the government of Belize. Since December 2018, Belize has reported 0 cases of malaria, placing the country well on track toward malaria elimination. For other vector-borne diseases like dengue, chikungunya, and Zika, PAHO led public health responses in Belize, which included surveillance, prevention and control, and the mobilization of resources. The emergence of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 presented the greatest global public health challenge in recent history. In Belize, PAHO supported the Ministry of Health and Wellness by training lab personnel to diagnose SARS-CoV-2, evaluating isolation and long-term facilities, providing technical guidance for decentralized testing, and supporting procurement of COVID-19 test kits, medical and laboratory equipment and supplies, PPE, and IT communication equipment and materials. PAHO facilitated the acquisition of COVID-19 vaccines through COVAX and supported the COVID-19 vaccination rollout, contributing to 64.62% of the target population being fully vaccinated by December 30, 2021. PAHO has built national capacity through specialized training to address non-communicable diseases such as heart disease, cancer and diabetes, which have been leading causes of death in Belize. With PAHO's support, all public hospitals have been certified as baby-friendly hospitals, as have 3 public polyclinics. The Smart Hospitals Initiatives was launched in Belize in 2016 and to date has retrofitted 5 health facilities countrywide. In collaboration with the Ministry of Health and Wellness, PAHO is providing safer, greener, climate-resistant health facilities to deliver care in disasters, generate operational savings, and reduce disaster losses. The launch of the National One Health platform in October 2022 will foster a coordinated, multi-sectorial collaboration to address the full spectrum of disease control, from prevention to detection, preparedness, response, and management. PAHO Belize will continue its decades-long commitment to the government and people of Belize in achieving the highest standard of health and well-being for all persons through universal access to healthcare, universal health coverage, resilient health systems, and quality health services throughout the life course.
Financing for activities aimed at mitigating or adapting to the impact of climate change remains a priority for the Bursenyo administration. When it took office in November 2020, it was with the idea that economic resiliency should be aligned with climate resiliency. And as such, efforts are being made by the government of Belize to secure funds for these initiatives. Senator Chris Koi explains.
Shortly after change of administration, we recognize that if we're going to build economic resiliency, it is critical, it is a necessity that we build climate resiliency. So very soon after change of administration, we set up a climate finance unit within the Ministry of Economic Development to look at how we can secure climate finance for climate resiliency building, in particular climate adaptation and climate mitigation measures. You have some of the the larger climate finance agencies like the Green Climate Fund, the Adaptation Fund, I think the Conservation Fund, several of them, but the largest is the Green Climate Fund. But you have a number of multilateral development banks that also provide some level of climate finance. So we have been working at each one of these to see how we can, we will be able to access climate finance.
Former Minister of Blue Economy Andre Perez was present at Friday's House meeting, carrying out his duties as area representative for Belize Rural South. But there is no recent update on the investigation into allegations of sexual assault and threat against him. When we interviewed the Attorney General, Anthony Sylvester, in September, 1 month after Perez requested a leave of absence, he informed reporters that the investigation would be completed within a month. Well, Thursday will make exactly 1 month since that conversation, and there is still no word on the investigation's outcome. Perez appeared unfazed by the cloud of scandal over his head as he contributed to several debates in the House. The media did not get an opportunity to speak with Perez. We will continue to follow this one. Also on Friday, the House of Representatives passed legislation to effect a firearm ammunition control board. The 3-member panel will oversee the issuance of firearm and ammunition licenses, a task that was once the sole responsibility of the Commissioner of Police. The board will include a magistrate, the chief executive officer in the Ministry of Home Affairs, and the head of the Dangerous Goods Department. And while these duties are being stripped from the Compol, College Area Representative Patrick Faber says he still has some questions to answer.
We support this particular bill, and I think that it comes at the right time, given all that we have seen can happen with gun licenses when it is left to just one individual to decide what's going to happen. I think it is no secret that a lot has happened, especially under the present commissioner. What was it? Almost 10 gun licenses within a couple-month period, or 18-month period or so, 17 months. And to be honest with you, Madam Speaker, the nation has not really received a clear answer as to what has gone on there. So while we are moving on, and while we are moving to a system that we are hoping is much better, and I say that because in as much as it is, well, we feel that it is hard to corrupt a system with more people being the watchdogs than just one individual. The truth of the matter is, if those individuals selected, and I see the guidelines and I appreciate those guidelines, but if the fact of the matter is we don't put people of integrity, and there is some leeway in the people who are, or the constitution, the makeup of the board, that if we don't select the right people with the right integrity in terms of this body, we will see the very same problems. Now, I'm not casting any aspersions on the commissioner, but there are questions that really need to be answered as it relates to, that wasn't the first case. There was a case with this lady from Tanga, Mary Beth, and who was saying...
But I have a recommendation. I think that the new board should look at not giving any license to convicts of violent offense using a firearm, both internationally and nationally. That is a no-no in my opinion, Madam Speaker, and it should be a no-no for anybody on both sides of this House. We should not issue license to any convicted criminal that has used a weapon for violent reasons.
The Briceño administration's trade license reform legislation was first introduced in the House of Representatives in May of 2022. The legislation was shelved amidst various concerns from parliamentarians. On Friday, the bill was brought back for a second and third reading. The legislation seeks to establish a mechanism for village councils to collect trade license fees from businesses within their communities that meet certain criteria. As it currently stands, businesses operating within rural communities are not required to pay the fee. The government explains that the new regime will boost business development in these villages and strengthen local governing bodies. But the opposition contends that it's just another way for the poor to be taxed.
This trade licensing bill under Plan Belize is just another tax on the backs of the Belizean people. A tax, Madam Speaker, that is structured in such a way that when it's casted, it will pick up everybody. This is a rape and scrape bill that is being introduced today. It is going to tax the biggest of all businesses, the medium businesses, the small businesses, but most importantly, you guys are going after the peddlers. Those people who have to struggle every day, either to sell them tarts, to sell panades, to sell tacos, to people that have to work today, Madam Speaker, so that they can eat tomorrow. If they are not able to deliver on their goods today, it means that that family will not be able to eat tomorrow. There is no consideration on behalf of this administration for the people out there, for the single mothers out there who are struggling every day to meet their needs under the hot sun, trying to get something for the family. And that libeta money we're not going after, this is criminal, Madam Speaker.
I think the member for Corozal North forgot he was the Minister for Local Government once. And he was also part of the many discussions that led to this same thing right now where we are today. However, what was being proposed under them would have done what he's talking about. I don't know if the member trying to paint a picture of doom and gloom or frightening the small mom and pop shop, but if you realize those small mom and pop shop footprint will never reach 600 square feet. So they will never be taxed or pay a trade license unless you are singing for the big capitalists, as you will say. Peddlers used to pay the Trade License Act right now as we speak, member. Peddlers pay $10 every day for each time they appear. This is reducing that to 0.82 cents a day if you look at it and you calculate it. Get your maths right and don't come here and try to fool the Belizean people. Let's look at Ladyville. Ladyville is a huge, thriving village. Look at the huge supermarkets going up in those places. You don't pay a single trade license, but yet the residents of Ladyville expect that the roads are fixed, the drains are clean, and the parks are maintained.
When we return, Belizeans turn out to witness historic solar eclipse.
everything is better electric. Be more efficient with electric vehicles and transforming your home with Energy Star electric appliances and power tools. This helps to create a greener and cleaner world for the next generation. Energize your world with BEL.
Design Depot is your one-stop tile destination where unbelievable deals await. Explore our mega selection of tiles starting at just $1.99 per square foot. Hurry, it's a limited time offer. Design Depot is your trusted source for quality tiles that make your dream spaces a reality. The ultimate tile destination. Design Depot, all in one place.
At times, life can become full of challenges and feel overwhelming. Conditions such as depression, anxiety, substance dependence, and a family history of suicide or previous suicide attempts are also factors that may contribute to suicide. A suicidal person may experience feelings of hopelessness, worthlessness, emptiness, and being a burden to family and friends. They feel like they have exhausted all their options and there is no way out. Suicidal people do not truly want to die, but see it as the only option to end the unbearable pain they are in. If you or someone you know needs help, contact us at phone number 828-5992, or you can visit your nearest hospital and ask to speak with a mental health nurse. Services are available countrywide.
My Social Security. Your direct online access to all your Social Security information. 360 view of all your Social Security information. Registration services, benefits, contributions, and employer services at your fingertips. Enjoy all the new features with your My Social Security account. Register with SSB. Submission of benefit claims. Submission of contribution statements. View contribution record. Enjoy all your My Social Security feature at ssbportal.org.bz. Social Security at your fingertips.
If you were outdoors witnessing Saturday's annular solar eclipse, you were part of history, as these events are rare. Before Saturday, the last time there was a solar annular eclipse was in 2012. If you weren't outside to see it, your next chance won't come again until June 21st, 2039. That's almost 16 years from now. But if you couldn't help from missing the mesmerizing event, News 5 was out recording it in all its stages from the House of Culture in Belize City. And News 5's Marian Ali brings you the highlights in the following report.
Whether you chose to be at one of the archaeological sites or at the House of Culture or from your own yard, if you were outside on Saturday when the moon passed directly between the earth and the sun, creating what is called a ring of fire around the edges of the sun, you no doubt witnessed a historical celestial event that won't happen again in a hurry. The cosmos had always been an important part of Maya tradition. For Felicita Cantun, a fisherwoman, she believes that the eclipse had a deeper meaning behind just the coincidence of the three celestial bodies crossing directly in each other's path all at once.
Now we know what is an eclipse. It is the moon coming between Earth and the sun. But at that time, it was thought that something was eating if it is solar, well, it is the sun. If it is moon, something is eating the moon. But also, we believe that it is an ending to something. An ending to something. So that is why we offer our ceremonies.
There's also a level of superstition that goes with these kinds of planetary events.
It was said that the pregnant women, it is very dangerous for pregnant women. Pregnant women should not go out. They should not touch themselves anywhere, because if they touch themselves here, baby will be born with a big mark here. So, and to protect the babies, depending on where you are, some would put obsidian stone on their navel. Some would put a red cloth on top of the womb. Some, if you don't have no obsidian stone, some would use nails, metal, in the form of a cross on top of the belly.
The Ministry of Education, Science, Technology and Culture organized an event at the House of Culture and provided special sunglasses so that persons who wanted to view the eclipse could have done so without harming their eyes. CEO in that ministry, Diane Mejia, told the media that they saw it fit to bring people together for the occasion because an event like that brings together other important elements to humans.
What we're doing here today is more than just watching the eclipse together. We are bringing together elements of education, of culture, and of science and technology. We just witnessed a Maya fire cleansing ceremony. We witnessed a demonstration of Pok Ta Pok. Now the eclipse has started. Both the ceremony and the game were explained to the viewers. Everyone who was, whether you were here or you were online, you learned from watching that, from participating in that. You know, it's a nod to our ancestors. It's a reminder of how important it is for us to stay connected to the earth and to all the elements that bring us to where we are.
Students of the ITSAT STEAM Academy were also present to witness the eclipse, and the traditional Maya Pok Ta Pok game and the traditional marimba music were also played. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marian Ali.
Many people live in communities where there are churches that have no soundproofing, and their events are aired on sound systems that blast everything so loudly that they become a nuisance to those who live nearby. Such is the situation in Unitedville, Cayo, where a church that reportedly set up shop not long ago has been disrupting the small residential community. It's a delicate situation, as one evangelical pastor we spoke with said that fellow pastors feel they have a right to carry on, while the Department of the Environment says there is nothing in law as yet to require churches to make their buildings soundproof. The only thing to hold churches to a reasonable decibel is an apparatus that the Department of the Environment uses to measure how loud the sound is. News 5's Marian Ali reports on a recent concern that has emerged with an evangelical church in the village of Unitedville, Cayo.
It is not uncommon for a community to lash out against a particular church when the events they broadcast infringe upon the peace and quiet that others would like to enjoy. Such is the case in Unitedville, Cayo, that came to our attention today. An evangelical church that opened its doors not very long ago has now become a nuisance to the community.
Normally they go on from about 6:45 till about 8:30. Which may seem like a short time, but when you have noise at that level 5 nights a week, it's very disturbing. The man who lives on the other side of the church, he has it even worse than we do, because they are so close to his house.
Pauline Lankin told us that she has approached the pastor of the church but did not get a favorable response.
I went over and asked them to turn it down. They told me they weren't praying for humans, that they were praying to God. It's very difficult to deal with them.
The situation has gotten so bad that Lankin says she fears that someone will be hurt if it is not addressed soon.
Rocks have been thrown, windows have been broken, just because people are getting so frustrated, they refuse to listen or to even compromise. It's just gotten to a point where I'm afraid that that blood is going to be shed, because people around them are getting very upset.
Lankin and a couple other villagers have written to the Department of the Environment seeking their assistance, and today Environmental Officer Marlene de la Fuente said they are looking into it.
If it's a noise complaint, we need to use the decibel meter, which is a device that records the volume, the extent of the volume of the noise being emitted. That the device need to be prepped so that the monitoring can be done. In cases such as this, which is a noise complaint from a church, the only other agency we would coordinate with would be the police department, because it's some form of nuisance as well.
Evangelical Pastor Louis Wade agrees that there ought to be a balance between being able to worship but without affecting other people in the area.
I wanted to start out by appealing to churches across the country that we are a part of the community, and it should not be an adversarial relationship. It is important for us as pastors and leaders of churches, particularly evangelical churches, that we try our best to keep the sound, the primary aspect of the sound, within our worship environment. Of course, there are from time to time special activities that the church would carry out, and we would expect that the community would know that this would not be on a regular basis, and also that it would not violate the laws of the nation.
Wade, in appealing to his fellow church leaders, said that if the churches cannot control the songs that emanate from their events, then the laws might be amended and enforced to keep them all in line. Reporting for News 5, I'm Marian Ali.
Up next, the William Dawson Sprite Digi Basketball Playoff action.
Visit Benny's today to get all your household and construction needs, from tiles to paints, electrical and plumbing supplies to power tools, lights and fans to kitchen appliances and faucets, gym equipment to household items. We have what you need. We also offer store-wide promotions for you, our customers, so you can enjoy deals and discounts all year long. To get more value for your purchase, take advantage of Benny's B-Bucks, which is free money. All you have to do is shop at any Benny's location or entity. Stop in at Benny's Home Center on Regent Street, Benny's Bargain Center on Freetown Road, Benny's Superstore 2.5 miles Philip Golson Highway, or Benny's Cayo 43 miles George Price Highway just outside Belmopan. Enjoy special offers, free delivery, and get rewarded with free money when you shop at Benny's today. Benny's, quality and savings.
Everything is better electric. Be more efficient with electric vehicles and transforming your home with Energy Star electric appliances and power tools. This helps to create a greener and cleaner world for the next generation. Energize your world with BL.
Getting ready, babe. We're going on a vacation.
Finally, where are we going?
Don't worry, babe. I have we covered.
Are you sure you know where we're going?
Yes, babe. Oh, right there, see? Babe, the price me too good to be true. Me look much more better in that picture.
When life throws you a curveball, Belize Bank has your back.
With our online financing, you can turn any vacation mishap into a dream getaway.
Cheers to Belize Bank for making our dream vacation a reality.
Thanks to you, be able to turn things around.
No thanks to you, cheapo.
Out.
Experience the future of financing with Belize Bank online, where you can secure funds for anything, from anywhere, at any time, all without stepping foot in a bank. Apply for a loan today and unlock a world of possibilities.
Taking its name from the venerable father of the nation, the George Price Highway stretches 77 miles from Belize City to Benqueviejo. Originally built in the 1930s, this cross-country highway system is the artery that links Belize to Central America at the western border with Guatemala. That connection facilitates overland trade, supporting Belize's economic development. Winding its way across the scenic countryside, the George Price Highway from Roaring Creek to Esperanza has been fully reconstructed to meet international standards, with particular emphasis on road safety. A shorter and hassle-free commute is best enjoyed when everyone obeys the traffic laws. To reduce the number and frequency of road traffic accidents, it means that a seatbelt must be worn at all times and the speed limit observed when traveling along the highway. It also means that pedestrians must use sidewalks and crosswalks where available. Buses should only board and discharge passengers at a designated bus stop. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. It begins with you.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
Good night and welcome to another edition of Sports Monday. I am Paul Lopez. The greatest glory in living lies not in never failing, but in rising every time we fall. That's a quote from former activist and politician Nelson Mandela. The organizers of the William Dawson Sprite Digit Basketball Tournament deserve to be commended for the bold effort in bringing together youths from across the district on the basketball court. After months of competition, the tournament is at the finals. The degree of gameplay made it difficult for any team to get to this point. And on Saturday, that fierce spirit was on full display during the semifinals in Port Loyola Park. The winning teams advanced to the championship game, and the losing teams will play for a third. The first match of the day saw Third World Ballers take on defending champion Hard Rock Boys. At the tip-off, Third World Ballers is in the yellow jersey, takes control of the ball. Multiple attempts made at the rim, the ball is dished out and passed around to find a 2-point jump shot. Hard Rock Ballers Marcel Man from Mars Richards brings down the ball. He passes it off. Earl Buller Johnson gets it inside and makes it count. Third World Ballers in possession. Number 1 Kyle Humes finds Theodore Andrews, but Andrews is unable to finish. Richards sends it cross-court to Travis Turbo Bernardes, who quickly releases to Johnson for the layup. Here is Richards again with the pass to Bernardes, and he executes the same play on the other end of the court, this time to Joseph Sutherland. Tafari. Sanchez for Third World Ballers loses the ball at half court, picked up by Richard, Bernardes, and Johnson with the 1-2 combo. The first quarter ended with Hard Rock Boys up 23 points to Third World Ballers 5 points. In the second quarter, Third World Ballers scored 15 more points to give them 20 points going into the second half. Hard Rock Boys entered the second half with 35 points. At the top of the third, Joseph Sutherland with the bounce pass to Kyle Humes under the rim. Hume goes up and gets the basket and the foul. Richards throws the ball into Kevin Hamilton. Back to Richard, who who finds Johnson at the three-point line. That is money. This one ended with 59 points for the defending champions and 40 for third world ballers. Hard Rock Boys are going to the finals. In the second matchup of the day, Unruly Boys went up against Port Loyola Titans. The Titans were, of course, playing this one on their home court. The Titans win the tip-off. Gabriel Taylor finds Nelson Kake Tablada open at the three-point line. Tablada goes up and starts the game with a three-point shot. Titans up with 5 points. Ball to Taylor. He dishes it out to John Kelly. Kelly from the three-point line, and he gets it. Titans now up by 6 points. Taylor with the deep pass to Tablada, who catches the ball in the air and puts it up without touching the ground. Port Loyola Titans ended the first quarter with a 10-point lead. In the second quarter, Titans changed their starting players. Unruly Boys, DeAndre Arana finds Shaquem Valeria inside, who muscles his way to the basket. Shamar Dread Curry Thomas gets the turnover. He tosses it up to the rim to Aiden Casemiro, who almost gets the dunk, but the basket is good. Unruly Boys inbound the ball to Raheem Turton. Hubert Baptist goes to work, pulls up, and scores that one. Taylor finds Tablada. He dribbles past Baptist, puts it behind the back, and goes up to finish the play and make the basket. The second quarter ended with Unruly Boys trailing by 7 points. They were able to cut that lead down to 5 points at the end of the third. Unruly Boys are now only trailing by 3 points in the fourth. Baptist gets the pass on the other end and goes up to make it a 1-point ball game. Taylor, Tablada goes up and extends the lead. Thornton at the three-point line. He's unable to finish the play, but Marcus Ifield is there to clean up. Baptist is fouled and goes to the free throw line, where he makes good on both free throws to give his team their first lead of the match. Here is where things really got heated. With less than 2 minutes in the ball game and down by 4 points, Thornton gets the rebound. He works to maintain control, spots up at the far right corner, and banks a three-pointer to cut his opponent's lead to 1. With 9 seconds to go, Titans are in the lead by 2 points. They inbound the ball, and that's a turnover. Baptist takes control and makes the layup to tie the game with 3 seconds left on the clock. The ball is thrown into Taylor, but he is called for stepping out of bounds. 2 seconds now on the clock, and this is a tied ball game. Arana to Thornton. He goes up and makes it, but did he beat the buzzer? Unruly Boys began celebrating, but a slow motion replay of the shot reveals that the ball was still in his hand when the buzzer went off. Tablada would lead the Titans to victory in overtime with back-to-back three-pointers. On Saturday, the Titans will take on defending champions Hard Rock Boys for the 2023 title. From basketball, we take you to some football action. On Friday, Belize's national senior men's football team took on Bermuda in Belmopan. After 90 minutes of playtime, Bermuda came out on top. 17 minutes into the game, Bermuda's Ken Critchlow fired this rocket from outside the penalty box, and it goes into the net. That was the lone goal of the match. Team Belize is currently in Bermuda, hoping to secure a victory, as it has fallen to the bottom of the standings in its group. And from football, we move over to some softball highlights. The Belize Softball Association held its inaugural Inter-Association All-Star Classic inside the Raymond Garbutt Softball Stadium in the Cayo District. The tournament saw all-star teams from Belize, Cayo, and Orange Walk districts. The championship match was between Belize City All-Stars and Cayo All-Stars. There has been a long-standing softball rivalry between the two districts. Belize City displayed dominance, finishing the game with 14 runs to Cayo's 7 runs. Shadaliha received the Best Pitcher of the Tournament award. Well, folks, that's all we have for you in tonight's coverage of Sports Monday. Catch you in the next one.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com, on our Facebook, and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, good night.